Alright. Hello everyone, I'm GrayShot117, covering the first day out of 2 for the first event of the Championship of Heroes. We got a number of key combatants fighting today, but this set deals with Kaiser Tushkan dealing a blow to Theodosios, and Theodosios hoping to do the same to Kaiser. Sony, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate all the support. Anyway, we got a Vermont deployment against an American. Alrighty. So, let's see how it goes. Because right now the American player is going heavy weapons. I know, you could never see it coming on this map, right? Why would the Pershing show up on this map? No. Honestly, every time I play this map, was it Bologna? It is typically with the Pershing on the American side. So, I guess this just goes hand in hand. But, engineers are grabbing the fuel down here. Scout units are grabbing the fuel there. And we got riflemen moving on to mid, versing 2 pioneers and a grenadier that are slowly grabbing more and more territory. Honestly, just a little happy we are away from the desert for a moment and now in a urban cityscape. So, can't wait to see how things fare. Alright, now of course if we have a Pershing, obviously we need terror and we need to get the King Tiger. Obviously, that's what we need to do. No, quite honestly, I don't know why terror's here. It's not the King Tiger. I feel like would take too long in the 1v1 to come on out. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe my best guess is mechanized, but hey, I love to be wrong. Caster's Curse, hit it. But double grenadier on the field. Looks like Kaiser is slowly pushing up and taking more and more territory, while Theo is more pushing on the right-hand side. Technically the south portion of the map based on the compass, but I'm just going to say the right-hand side for my sanity. Again, we have the rifleman and the scout. Another rifleman is on the field, now being given grenades. Both players have said good luck, have fun. Always glad to see that. Again, good competitive sportsmanship is way better than some mock drama or people yelling at each other, to me. Anyway, Pioneer is trying to move to the building, but Scouts stop them dead in their tracks, and he is going to run for the hills or back to base to make sure he doesn't get destroyed. Again, that was a great engagement by Theo early on. We have another Grenadier about to deploy, but still, wonderful job by Theo. And another battle taking place, and another win for Theo, because Theo manages to grab a victory point on the other side of the map. So, great job by taking that victory point. Grenadier, actually both Grenadiers now buy the fuel, and looks like they're prepping for a counterattack? We have a flamethrower? We do! So we got a flamethrower with that Pioneer to help boost the combat power in this group. It is only an engineer. I suspect the Grenadiers should easily be able to deal with it, but you never know. A rifleman could pop into this building, start shredding a lot of these guys. That's where the flamethrower really comes in. Urban combat, you pretty much need a flamethrower to help burn out the enemy, or grenade launchers. Grenade launchers also are a worthwhile addition. Look at that! Kaiser picked the thing I actually said he was gonna pick. Yay. I know something, guys. What I also know is this big blob. I consider a blob 3 or more units in close proximity to each other. This is a blob. There's 4. But this blob is now moving into mid and should pretty much hold this area under German control. Kaiser can grab the Muni, grab the victory point, and then grab his own... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a rifleman very close to his base. Is he going to get in this building and just annoy units that come on out? If so, that would be funny. But unfortunately, he can't. As you can see, it's sectioned off, so he can't do that. He can't do it here either. He can't do it there. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. You can see here with the icon which buildings he can get in. So it looks like none of these buildings close by this area are eligible to be picked up. Alright, Grenadiers fighting off the Rifleman and Engineer. Nice grenade! Oh, we could get a wipe. He did reinforce it, though. And I think that will... Never mind. I was going to say, I think it allowed to escape. It did not. It did not escape. He did not escape. He almost didn't escape with that unit. Grenadier barely gets out. More Grenadiers pouring into the fight. A grenade is thrown against the Rifleman. Does very little against the Rifleman. And that Grenadier is at Vet 1. He did get a boost. But I don't know if it's going to win that fight. Let's see. It does have advantage. Grenade is thrown. Grenade misses. And the riflemen are barely holding things together. And yeah, I think... Yeah, oh my god, the Grenadier won in the end. Now, there's all sorts of mischief oh, Captain's coming up. Yep, have to run away from the Captain. But as we can see, scout units capture the territory in the back, so less territory going to Kaiser. Even units over here. We're not even partisans, and somehow Theo is acting like a partisan, acting like he has a partisan battle group. I wouldn't be surprised if Kaiser's like, all right, there's partisan tunnels, something. How is he getting his troops back here? How is he being this annoying? But Rifleman is sent packing. Grenadiers light him up, but I don't think they'll get more than a model or two off him. Meanwhile, majority of the territory is under Theo's control. The biggest issue for Kaiser is going to be what armor he contends with. Now, Theo going with heavy weapons, we know most likely he's going to go with the half-tracks because he can change out their parts. He can make it whatever he needs to, as well as get the assault half-track, which has more armor and a good personnel carrier of sorts. So yeah, again, Theo is going to use this to his full advantage and have this thing change out to whatever he needs it to do. In this case, he's predominantly fighting infantry, so get the quad mount to shred the infantry from afar and get that edge in battle. So Kaiser's really going to need to bring out something, and a T-gun, of course, but like, it's probably something a little more mobile. Again, pack gun is being deployed, but Theo's getting a medical station to heal his men. And again, he has plenty of territory on the map and getting plenty of resources to upgrade to maybe bars later on, or, you know, throw plenty of grenades, whatever he needs to. Good Faust by Kaiser weakens the half-track, does not permanently knock it out of commission. It needs to be under 50% health for that to happen, or 2 successful grenades. Nice breach by Theo forces the Grenadier out of the building, and forcing the Grenadiers back behind yellow cover, not green, yellow. So that still makes them susceptible to the quad mount. Quad mounts just firing from afar. We have the MG42. This could be interesting. The MG42 definitely has an ability for its white phosphorus shots, but the counterpoint to that would be the quad mount just backs up. So let's see. Riflemen are being hit by the Grenadiers from afar. Again, giving them veterancy, absolutely helping. And the fact that the Riflemen do not have bars is actually something that is now going to start hampering Theo as the Grenadiers get some more veterancy. And at the very least seem to be holding their own decently well with a little support. Pack gun as well will provide support against the quad mount. So the half-track, if he moves in, could be double tapped by this. So that's to be very, very careful. Alright, so we have a rifleman and more riflemen and a captain. So again, infantry support center, maybe some upgrades there to boost the infantry firepower. So far that is not the case. But immediately fires a handful of shots, pulls back. He's like, yeah, I see the pack gun there, I'm not risking it. Rifleman, well, okay, that was I think the flare hit the building, if I had to guess, because he's here, he probably popped it, it hit the building, and that's why it popped right there, because I imagine he wanted it further in. That's unfortunate based on the terrain. But looks like Kaiser's going to pull back his men. Again, the riflemen are pretty well positioned, and the quad mount is repositioning to try to flank the pack. Not a bad idea. Again, if he can have his units from all angles hit this position and overwhelm it, then Kaiser's in for a rude awakening, because he could lose potentially his pack gun, maybe even his MG. Meanwhile, the quad is going after the engineer squad, taking, we're trying to hit the Pioneer. So, quad mount forces the Pioneer away and stops the decap. Right now, again, Theo is up by about 110 points or so. So pretty good for him. MG gets a nice suppression on the riflemen. Quad mount, though, still shredding the Grenadiers. And there's 3 Grenadiers here, all grouped up together. The pack gun is still here. It's not in range. And here, this is the flank I was talking. Rifleman finding a weak point. He has 3 riflemen and a captain. He has plenty of frontline forces to try to overwhelm Kaiser's men, since Kaiser kind of grouped up all in one sector. Alright, pack gun is pulling away, but when you need them most, help will arrive. And this help is the form of a Panzer Grenadier. Very solid unit that can contend with riflemen very easily. Back up by a pack gun, and yeah, Panzer Grenadier should win that fight with ease. and hopefully continue. We do have ourselves a 50 cal on the front. That's a 30 cal with an upgrade to be a 50, and that 50 is very strong, not just good infantry, but also can definitely hurt light armor. So we'll have to see how things continue to go. Meanwhile, there's the 50 cal, fires, suppresses the Panzer Grenadier, backed up with the quad lining that up, and I don't see any support coming for this. He's going to run a pull away. At least he didn't lose any models, but Kaiser has brought out an interesting unit to help him turn the tide, and that is the 8 Rad. That's right, a Wehrmacht 8 Rad. That's all part of the mechanized battle group. Typically, I will give more credit to his Stu D and the Strasstruppen over the 8 Rad, but if you need something mobile that can hit from multiple angles and have speed, yeah, this is not a bad call. So we'll have to see. Right now, as across the entire front, because Theo does not have a dedicated AT unit, grenades, notwithstanding, he is able to clear all the middle of the map. So Grenadiers are grabbing a lot of territory, backing up by the pack just in case, because he probably thinks at this point, well, I haven't seen anything. Well, actually, no, he knows the 50 cal would reveal it, but the quad could change to a 75 gun, and that 75 gun can bring out, AT capabilities of this thing. So you want to be careful. 8 Rad is moved on up along the side. Also, again, mines could be an issue. Grenadiers, again, grabbing the territory. Doesn't this give the... Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't this provide smoke and the ability to capture? Alright, anyway. Riflemen pushing on up, taking back, again, the territory along the right. Left-hand side and middle is under Kaiser's control, which he's probably really happy about. But, yeah, this MG, okay, cool. It's over here against guarding against a potential threat. Meanwhile, the actual threat, with, by the way, some of the which double bars, is now pushing against Grenadiers. 8 Red's doing the best they can. Already vet 1. So it's, oh, wait, I'm sorry. He just got the veterancy upgrade for both. The Panzer Grenadier, for that building. That's why the Panzer Grenadier and the 8 Red have veterancy. So the center building. A second 8 Red has hit the field? Oh my god. Really? I did not expect that. Huh. That's a lot of anti-infantry firepower. They're not exactly the strongest units. It's a little bit squishy. In terms of its, like, not a lot of armor. But it does have a decent amount of health, and doesn't it get more at, yeah, 80 health. Okay. Riflemen with the captain opening fire on the Grenadiers, which are some in cover, some are not. Maybe move that to that green light, cover behind the lights. Blob of forces moving on up, backed up by the 50. Panzer Grenadiers behind cover, but there's just a lot of American forces grouped up right here, slowly whittling down the Germans with their double bars. But the 8 Rad is keeping things, well, okay, it was keeping things okay. Now things are getting a little dicey. Nice mortar. That's the captain's mortar support ability you can call in. Or, like, sorry, artillery support. It's a light artillery barrage. But anyway, MG repositions. Kind of help guard this. 8 Rad's in the back. Has he revealed the other one? Maybe not, but he could come around and definitely put pressure, because all the riflemen and stuff like that are pushing closer to the center of the map near this tower. And there it is. The 8 Rad is slowly maneuvering up, maybe with the sweepers, but I don't see any mines, so he's really in the clear. Bazooka team, I think, realizes what's about to happen. He's pulled back to cover against an 8 Rad from the side. 70. Oh, we have an upgrade to a 75. So that will be able to hold back the 8 Rad. But the Grenadier's the one thing. Misses the shot. Bazooka team's on the front. But again, there's... Oh, here comes a huge reinforcement wave. Double rifleman with a scout coming back from the base. And managing to hold off that lone Grenadier. KD-wise, actually, chat, you're not wrong, is surprising. Because riflemen typically are known for being like, gotta get that kill count, and Pioneers probably going to be a good example of that going up. But, Kaiser's done a pretty good job with the amount of kills he's actually managed to scrounge up against Theo. Theo got a better kill, because that Pioneer causes manpower, loss for him, getting a new one. And then also the fact that his 8 Reds don't have the ability to repair for at least a moment. Alright, riflemen are on standby. Again, we have 3 riflemen. So we have the scout unit over here. Panzer Grenadiers are engaging the scout. Has to pull that unit back. 75 is hitting the MG. MG has to reposition. It is getting a little combat boost, though, thanks to the 8 ride going commander mode. 20% weapon accuracy and rate of fire. All the units are right on top of each other. This is where Kaiser, if he got zeroing, could be devastating. To be fair, it would be a while. But if he got because he needs to get the West, right? He's not going to get an upgrade for Strasstruppen that, you know, he can't get because he picked the 8 red. But zeroing against something like this, where we're all grouped up, could be devastating on this sort of map. So Theo right now is handling the counterattack well, and Kaiser's still down in victory points. But it's going well. Kaiser's definitely given a good fight in, is what I will say. Grenadiers are repositioning. This Panzer Grenadier is chilling. I'm not sure what he's doing back here. There's just a 50 cal chilling. Maybe he was trying to push up, realized it, and pulled back. Oh, 8 rad pushed on up. Oh, grenade, grenade, grenade. Wait, hit along the side thanks to the pack gun. We gonna finish it off? No. Mortar, though, helps, and a grenade. Sorry, grenade throws this back. We have a mortar for the Germans. They'll break it up, but the mortar's also on the American side. 8 rad definitely took, both 8 rads took hits. Still, and here comes Rifleman with the captain. Mid. 8 rad can still provide a little fire support from a distance. Be very cautious about how it does. And remember, the mortar's still there, so it's going to weaken the infantry ever so slightly. Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers coming on the flank, 50 cal reposition to deal with that flank. He's still buying cover, and he's now focusing on the Panzer Grenadier behind solid cover. And you know what? Even though Panzer Grenadiers are not exactly great at fighting at long distance, he did an okay amount of damage. Not great, but did okay. I like the idea, but unfortunately he lost the cover, so he would have been suppressed, which is why he pulled back. Alright, Theo is slowly gaining more manpower and fuel. He's gotten, let's see. Real quick, let's double check. Bolster team weapons, so team weapons have more men now and are better. Let's see, got bars. He got himself rapid reposition to make him move faster. Okay, so Grenadiers opening fire. Won't stop the decap, we'll push back the Rifleman. Middle, oh, nice hit with the pack. Pushes back the half track with the 75. 8 red is being cautious. Oh, they suppressed the MG42. Got the suppression on the captain and the scout. Mortar is getting some good shots. And again, we saw a flare. That's thanks to the German mortar providing sight. Mortar did push back the MG42. Just needs some heals, which Kaiser has. But seriously, solid job. Okay, now things are getting a little bit more spicy. Oh, we lost a Grenadier? We lost a Grenadier. Kill-wise has been pretty even, but Kaiser has lost more men. We've definitely seen the Pioneer fall, now Grenadier fall. Meanwhile, Theo, I don't believe, has lost anything of note, and now is getting a Sherman. So I think Kaiser's done a pretty good job of containing Theo, but I don't know how long that will last with a Sherman on the field, because you're getting another Panzer Grenadier. That will help against the infantry, not going to deny that. But how are you going to deal with a Sherman that could very easily deal with these 8 reds? And there's only one pack. And you need to make sure there's at least a Faust or something to protect the, you know, pack from being flanked by the Sherman. It doesn't have, you know, the main gun upgrade yet, so that's a positive. So, you know, take any victory you can get, but it's still a base level Sherman that can be a nuisance for Kaiser. Theo's continuing the pressure. Grenade is thrown. It's a bundle. Nice mortar almost wipes that. A little damage on the Rifleman. He's going to pull away. Here comes the Sherman. Does not care. Goes straight into the enemy. Multiple fouls break its engine. Does not kill the 8 red though. He's actually caught out of position. MG is killed by the blob thanks to the 50 cal. The closest support of AT to kill the Sherman is not even close. Although 8 red could actually, well, okay, needs to deal with the bazooka. And the 75 is still there. And there goes the blob. It's going to pull back. Pack gun is camouflaged. If he moves on up, maybe he could do something. A-Rad can definitely take another hit. Worst case scenario. Pack gun definitely needs to not be oh, Rifleman right there. He needs infantry support, which he does not have. Hold on. Pack gun, if he moves up, setting up, take the shot. Weakens the 75 further. Can we get another salvo? Oh, riflemen, though, are weakening the unit. There we go. He's doing commander mode to try to pull it away. Wait, it's rate of fire and accuracy. How does that help with speed? Rate of fire and weapon accuracy. It does not. So that's just for the rule of cool that he did that. Alright. 8 red moving on back up to the front up, getting some heals. Sherman is very close to getting healed. At least the 75 is out of commission for a moment. But again, the riflemen are just keep getting better, and we're not seeing that necessarily. The Grenadiers don't get me wrong, have veterancy. But, oh wow, actually, that poor rifleman is about to be shredded by the Panzer Grenadier and that. Funnel grenade missed. Second Panzer Grenadier squad trying to hold back the riflemen, but there are a lot of men, plus the 50. The mortar has done what it can, but it's off the front. Needs to move back up. Kaiser is in a real sticky situation because he does not have the resources at the moment to get himself armor. And without armor, he's going to have to rely on the pack, which we've seen so far the riflemen be really good at flanking, causing issue. And Theo's not just sitting on his laurels either. He's getting additional MGs. Alright. A-Rad's going to continue to try to put pressure. Bazooka team, though, is guarding the flank. Does Theo have bazooka bonuses or no? He does not. Okay. So that's, what, 120 per shot? So, yeah, it would still take more than, like, one salvo, I would say, right? No, is it 120 per shot, or is it 60 per shot that could increase 80 per shot? Dang it. Well, we'll figure it out right here, folks, as the bazooka team moves on up. Well, actually, the Sherman and everything. This pack is way out. Oh, there's another pack there. If the Sherman dives thinking he has it, he could be actually in a bad position. Like the camouflage right there. Nice coverage by the pack. Bazooka team advances. Let's see. Is that 264? Not answer my question. All right, it's fine. 75 is launching artillery at the pack. Pack on repositions. Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadier and Grenadier moved on up. Bazooka team absolutely being shredded, but here comes the 50 caliber return fire on that infantry. Nice double shot with the pack. If we can get another lucky shot, we can knock it out. And we do not. Unfortunately, he does go down. Luckily, smoke is dropping on the 50. 8 Rad is pressing against the 30 cal. Panzer Grenadiers sensing an opportunity, pushed on up. Remember, he's bolstered squad, so he has a bit more men under that. But he sees the Panzer Grenadier shredding it, and he's already going to retreat it. Now, positions decapped. He's managed to bring Theo down to within 80 points of himself. But the counterpoint is the blob. Panzer Grenadier is going to need to pull back. Nice hit! Scout unit's barely alive. Rifleman has to pull away. And this other rifleman squad will hold on. But still, that's a lot of losses for Theo. Theo getting another bazooka team. Try to hold that flank. Man, with 2 8-Rads, he's done an incredible job at holding back the Sherman, bazooka teams, 75, all that stuff. It's just a heck of a display by Kaiser. But Kaiser's not done yet. He has got, well, he will have the ability to deploy an emergency Panther. So unless I'm mistaken, he used all of his command power to, instead of using the one you can build in the building, he's going to have the one that you can just automatically deploy from the outside. Now that is more expensive. That is very much more expensive. Isn't it like 20% more? Especially without the building? So again, might be, well, if he goes for the building, he gets 3 automatic command points. That would be a WESP. Yeah, I don't know about that. I actually think maybe going for the building might have been a better call. If you would have got command points, I think it would be cheaper. Yeah. I know you want the Sherman. I understand that. Maybe overall it's like, right now, you're willing to bite the bullet on manpower, but we'll see. Right now, Theo, the one big catch about all this is Kaiser has room to build. Theo does not. Theo has 92 population. He is exhausted his overall population total in this game. So what he has right now is all he's going to get, relatively speaking. All right, there's the Panther. It's on the field. It cost a lot, but you know what? It's fine. He got it out. 25 minutes. All right, 8-Rad is on standby. I guess just trying to stay back and detect what's coming. Panzer Grenadier dodges the grenade unsuccessfully, loses 2 models. Gets smoke coming down. I like the bolstered. Like, again, that extra man really does help out. Alright, 8 Rad Grenadier and double packs are on standby, but the Sherman's not close to that side. It is now engaging a Panther, and it cannot fight it with its main gun. Theo needs to upgrade his main gun. Luckily, he has upgraded all the riflemen with bars, but yeah, 76 gun is the best shot because otherwise the Panther will have the front armor that could probably bounce a lot of these Sherman shots very easily. Not always. Sherman can maybe pen, but yeah, it would have a lot of issue. All right. So right now we are dealing with another blob of forces coming on in. This could be a great grenade, and yeah, the Kaiser sees that grenade is thrown. Nice bundle grenade from the Panzer Grenadier. Did quite a bit of damage. And that 50 cal is coming in clutch. Holds back the Grenadier and Panzer Grenadier. Theo needs a second tank. Well, he just got the population for it thanks to the losses he took. So maybe a Hellcat. I mean, I guess there's another Sherman would be beneficial. You're not wrong. Thank you, chat, for some input. 8 Rad is opening fire on the rifleman along the side. Weakening it. Oh my god. Almost. It's very low on health. Again, 75 is ready to hit it, but the problem is the double pack gun just camouflage, waiting to do a first strike potential on it. So again, if they both hit, that 75 could be a goner. Meanwhile, the Panther has moved over, is now trying to unsuccessfully kill an engineer, and decides it's not worth it, pulls away. 8 Rad, it needs some Pioneers. We have another 8 Rad, again, just lying in wait. I love how he's just observing what is currently fighting. We have 2 command. Honestly, I would upgrade the base, get 3, get the Wesp, and then get your zeroing. There's a good target here for some zeroing. Alright, AT group has to pull back. It's under mortar fire. 8 Rad's also very low. Grenade is thrown on this. Oh, I hear airburst from the American mortar. Trying to break up the pack guns. Not a bad idea. Unfortunately, it looks like the damage from the captain and the rifleman are just too much. And the frontline force that Kaiser has is just in a brutal one-on-one fight. Right now, Theo is getting the edge. Again, kill-wise, Kaiser has the lead. And I'm going to give that a little bit to the 8 Rads. And let's see if that is well worth it. 8 Rads have a handful of kills. Maybe not, actually. Panzer Grenadiers? 26? Yeah, honestly, it's a mixture of pretty much everything chipping in. Meanwhile, if I had to guess, the riflemen are probably the biggest killers, right? 13, 17. Oh, hold on. Panther versus Sherman, and Theo is yet to upgrade his Sherman. Oh, wait, is he going to sacrifice it in order to get a Pershing? No, okay, he's not going to do that. Bazooka team's coming on in. Every shot, like, bounces or does so little damage, the Panther didn't even feel it. Panzer Grenadiers grab the victory point. We are 50 points away from Theo losing the lead. Kaiser's done such an awesome job holding out, battling for suppression, and you know what? He succeeded, honestly. I truly think Kaiser's done such a good job at keeping this game done because Theo... Oh, there we go. He's upgrading to 76. Theo, in my opinion, had a good advantage, but... yeah, Kaiser's done a solid job. And now Theo doesn't really have any additional stuff to pull out. He's not like, and now I have this new thing. It's like the best thing he can do is upgrade his Sherman. Save up, and if he loses the Sherman, have a emergency Pershing available. Meanwhile, Kaiser still has zeroing the Wesp he could deploy if he keeps unlocking his battle group. Double pack puts down the 75 with the double shot. Now comes the American infantry pushing on in. Grenadier throws a grenade, misses completely, but another Grenadier comes on side. 8 Rads are slowly wearing down the infantry, and this is where the 8 Rads really come in clutch at just absolutely dominating. You can see here they're pulling back. Just too much damage from too many angles, and Theo, I pretty resoundingly lost that confrontation, and Kaiser held on for dear life in mid. 10 points remain, but I believe Kaiser will gain the lead. Now he has more population. Yeah, now he needs to save his population. Again, Theo went with infantry support, but he didn't get the upgrade. And that's something that right now he's paying for as he reinforces all of his riflemen. Hold on a minute! Pack gun fires shot after shot, hit after hit, hurting the Sherman. Panther smells blood and is going to go for the Sherman. Can he get the kill? He's moving up. We have bazooka teams. That could be an issue. But the Sherman is pulling away. Panther needs one kinetic shot to... Oh, it's a mine! It's a mine, ladies and gentlemen. And now side armor is being hit by bazooka fire. Panther Grenadiers trying to cover. There's smoke. He's firing through the smoke. And now the Panther has been Uno reversed. That's why mines are so important. The Sherman might have died, but it almost became a Panther death in the family. But don't worry, the Panther injured, called for help, and a second Panther has now shown up. So, yeah, this is even worse for Theo. He needs something to out-damage and outdo the double Panther. And the only thing that realistically can do that, if I can talk, is going to be a Pershing. Or you could risk a Hellcat or another Sherman and hope that, you know, with infantry support, which again, that's also another thing. He only has bazooka teams, which he is not upgraded, by the way. I don't think Theo upgraded it. Oh, we did. Never mind. I stand corrected. He did improve with the bazookas. Good. Bazooka teams are now firing at full potential. Excellent. But yeah, he'll need to get lucky. Oh my god, everything's went unlocked. Wait, hold on. He did not go zeroing, he went with repairs. Automatic repairs, okay. And we lost the Grenadier. Okay. Making counterattack in middle is pretty successful. Thank you, Armand. Yes, Grenadier died, which is a pretty vetted Grenadier loss for Kaiser. So I was looking over here because I was looking at the Panthers. I'm like, wait, something about to happen over there? Should have watched what was happening in mid. Knights hit with the airburst shells over the mortar, managing to push that back. Meanwhile, we got ourselves more airbursts. Bazooka team moving on up. Pack guns repositioning with Grenadiers dealing with the Rifleman squad. 8 Rad should be able to help contend with that Rifleman, and with the Grenadier there, force it away. Panthers can't do all that much. And oh my god, he is still asking for a Pioneer to help him heal. Okay, finally he's coming on up. We have 500 manpower. He has the population. I would be shocked if Theo doesn't deploy a Pershing here in the next minute. Also, nice, I want to point out, nice mine. That looks like he's going to be building over there for coverage in case he is flanked again. 8 Rad once again flank. Again, this big town square is just perfect for hitting multiple angles. That's exactly what Kaiser's doing. But pack guns are lined up. They don't have the first strike bonus because they are revealed, but they still did half damage. Meanwhile, we have a mortar coming on in. Oh, no, airburst as well. Hold on a moment. Yeah, we have light artillery from the captain. A pack gun has been decrewed. Grenadier is not close. Panther is there to make sure the Sherman doesn't move in and guard the 8 Rad. Panzer Grenadiers are grabbing the point. Theo now needs victory points more than ever. He could send a spare scout unit, which he does still have, to maybe go grab the one on the far side. Again, you have to risk a unit going over and then potentially being killed by an 8 Rad. That's why he's going to continue with the battle for mid, I guess. Nice shot with the bazooka, knocking out the pack gun, so Kaiser can't get that back. Sorry, Kaiser also got a bunch of upgrades. I was not expecting the Strasstruppen one, because he doesn't have Strasstruppen, right? So, why go with the assault package? Little interesting. Anyway, 8 Rad, so close! Pulls away. Bazooka team opening fire on the Panther. Panzer Grenadier should force it away, though. Wait, there's 2 squads, and again, bazookas from the front of a a Panther, not going to do all that much. Pershing is, he needs manpower, but it is potential. Oh my god. Come on. Pershing is within reach. Nice kill on the MG42, which... Oh, wait, was that... Oh, that was stolen. Theo took... Okay, that's nice. Pack gun... Sorry, I keep saying pack gun. Pack manages to push back. I know that because pack in German, I believe, means gun. So it's fine. It's AT gun. Anyway, Pack pushes back the Sherman. Looks like a lot of the frontline support on the front for Theo is not looking great. And there it is, the Pershing, finally on the field, finally good to go. Theo, did you ever get the reinforced? I don't think you did. Okay, I know you have bolster team weapons, but having cheaper reinforcements, especially if you went with this, might not be a bad idea. You have the fuel for it. That's the one thing you do. It's only 150 manpower, right? So, Pershing reveals itself, forces the Pioneer away. The enemy could still overwhelm him. Let me be very clear. There's still double Panther right there, which could absolutely overwhelm the Pershing. But Pershing is good, mono-y-mono, and with bazooka teams on standby guarding it, maybe Theo can bring the Panthers to heel. We shall see. Grenade is thrown on the Panzer Grenadier. Can we get a wipe? No, but we do force it off. A nice airburst as well forces it away. Pershing and Sherman move on over. Panthers are now ambushing. Oh, this is bad. The pack gun's right there. They're trying to target it. He didn't clear it with the infantry first. Oh, no. Now the Panthers are targeting. And there goes the Pershing. Oh, no. We do have a satchel. Hold on. Maybe this can be a Pyrrhic victory. Maybe. Bazooka team's firing from behind. They kill a Panther with the Sherman. All right. Now we need one more. Where's the Rifleman? I just checked on the minimap. They're all back at base. Oh, no. Bazooka team is also nowhere close. There's another unit dead, and Theo's a GG. Oh my god. Yeah, that was not a great push. that could have gone better. Overall, again, kind of knew the AT gun was there, so making sure that was cleared out would have been probably a top priority before pushing in with both armor right on top of the pack, because the pack combined with double Panther was too much. The satchel from the bazooka team was a good call, I will say. That kept your at least the Sherman going, but without any additional, snares or anything like that, yeah, things did not go well. 75 kills for the Riflemen. They were doing a lot of good work right there. Not a lot of kills for the armor, which is a little surprising. I thought the Sherman would have got more. But the ARADs, oh, they got quite a bit. Yeah, let's not talk. The Panthers got a few vehicle kills. Grenadiers 47. Panzer Grenadiers 65 kills. Excellent, excellent job right there. But that is game one for Kaiser. Now, can the Kaiser continue on in this battle and actually win? We shall see in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get the game set up right now, but don't worry, you can keep hearing my voice through this match screen. This screen right here shows you what exactly is going to be coming up in this tournament. We have all sorts of games coming up this weekend, not just the games that I still need to cover, which there's still quite a few, but there are the games that Foolish Viceroy is going to be covering tomorrow. So if you want some more co-action, you're like, Gray Shot, I'm sorry, I have to... I don't know. I need to go walk my dog, or I need to go to the grocery store. No worries. I need to go cook dinner because I'm starving. Understandable, good sir. Come back, watch the stream later, watch maybe on YouTube eventually, and then tune in tomorrow where you have Foolish Viceroy showing off some more epic games between some of the highest level competitors in COH3 that there are, duking it out for some nice prize money. What more could you want? All right, so I'm just gonna take a minute to get all the secondary stuff set up. Almost done. And again, make sure to follow, subscribe. Every little bit truly does help. So if you want us to make sure that you show this Championship of Heroes can continue, please, every little support is greatly appreciated. Let me make sure everything is set. It Looks like it. Alrighty. I think we're looking good. Okay. So I'm going to switch on over. And boom. Huzzah. We are set and ready. All right.
Your M29.
Hello, everyone. I'm GrayShot17, covering Game 2 of this match, set of matches. We got ourselves Kaiser as the Americans, victorious after defeating the mighty Pershing in open combat, versus Theodosios, who is bringing out literally a last stand. Wow, that is literally perfect. Because if he loses this, as you can see through the top of the screen, he loses. What, you can't see it? Wait, no. There you go. Now you can see it. Whoops. But on the other side, Kaiser's gone special operations, and he is sorry, let's see what he's bringing out. Oh, Weasel! We got Weasel on the field. Okay, no howitzer, so don't expect, a howitzer column with this, but he can at least move around, capture territory, do a little bit of help before upgrading most likely his main gun with the 50 cal, and then dropping weapons off to help his American allies. Scout units and engineers are also grabbing territory across the front. Theo, on the other hand, he heard that these things called Sturm Pioneers are pretty successful at killing infantry, and he's like, you know what? Give me some of those in my unit on the field. And he not just got one, he didn't get two, but he's about to get three, and there is a fourth one because eventually he'll be able to change over this Pioneer to the Sturm Pioneer. Oh, look, and he's even getting out more Sturm Pioneers. Sturm Pioneers are very good medium to long range. They can be upgraded with your STG-44s to make them even better at close range. So yes, they are pretty strong units, all things considered, and as well they are engineers, pioneers. So they can also assist in building stuff on the front, healing armor, and when, of course, there's a potentially dead carcass through one of the battle group abilities, you can bring the carcass back to life, which is, again, very nice to have. So, honestly, I think if we get to that part, Theo will do that, because in a 1v1, I just don't see defensive fortifications really being really spammed out when the enemy can just very easily move their entire army. Speaking of moving, Weasel moves on in with the engineer squad. Engineers are just sitting, by the way. They're unlike other clown cars that you see on the German side, like the light carrier. There's not enough room, so they kind of just sit there and kind of just watch. They're not firing bazookas or anything, so don't expect that. Sturm Pioneers, though, are going to be overwhelmed by the Riflemen and Weasel, it looks like. But wait, hold on. Theo's bringing in reinforcements from multiple directions. We have ourselves this Sturm Pioneer retreating, but this Sturm Pioneer is buying cover. Engineers are moving in to engage it with the Riflemen. Weasel still forcing it back. Engineer squad doing the best they can from a different angle. But alas, the American firepower is too great, and he will pull away. So, with all that said, looks like middle will be under Kaiser's control. Meanwhile, on the far side, Kaiser is successfully grabbing the Muni point with his scout units. Down toward the victory point, we have American forces grabbing this victory point. And we got ourselves more Sturms lying in wait to attack. Now, they don't have AT capabilities directly, but indirectly, they can be given a rolling Panzerfaust, which could theoretically, because there's so many of them, just start shredding armor. So something to keep in mind that Last Stand Battle Group has in a tactic. Because immediately I see in chat being like Sturm Pioneer abuse, and I believe they were nerfed from the heights of their power when they originally came out with the new battle groups, but they still can be quite a pickle to deal with. So again, you have to be very wary about how to engage them. But Kaiser's doing pretty well. Majority of the map is under his control. Fuel and muni-wise is definitely under it. He's moving in a group, which is smart. A lot of the infantry is targeting the armor, which allows the engineer and rifleman to focus on the target, remove it, and then the engineer to heal the Weasel that is injured. MG42 just suppress the engineer, keeping them away. Rifleman, though, is coming in on the flank, hitting the Sturm. And again, if the big thing about the Sturms is usually their overwhelming firepower because you blob them, but in a lot of these confrontations, he's not doing as well. because he's fighting piecemeal. And unfortunately, in piecemeal battles, you're not really going to win. I catch myself doing that a lot, where it's just, I send a unit in and it's like, yes, Rifleman, you will hold back 2 Panzer Grenadiers just fine. Oh, you lost? Oh, I made a mistake. But looks like we're starting to see a little bit of coordination. We have a grenade thrown, but he just pulls away, so good job by Kaiser. Theo getting Panzer Grenadier Company. He, wait, are you... Get a pack. Anyway, I mean, I guess pack gun's not a bad idea. Also a medic. I'm seeing a lot of Stern Pioneers with very little health. That could be beneficial. Stern Pioneers are chilling in the back, waiting for the MG. Again, there is a lot of them, so theoretically, if he could start pushing up and find export, he could grab a lot of territory decently fast. Also, again, he could upgrade them, give them additional veterancy, because if you look at the Stern Pioneer ability, 15% harder to hit at that 1. So, every little bit helps, and if they're harder to hit, that means they survive longer, and they can go and try to fight and stand off against riflemen and stuff like that. So, we shall see. Meanwhile, Stern Pioneers are lighting up the riflemen. They're trying to rush around with very little health, but does Kaiser have grenades? He does not. He does not have grenades. He did go with the Infantry Support Center, so that's why we have the captain on the field. Greyhound is coming on out. Stern Pioneer very close to death. Very lucky he didn't lose that. Again, Theo is the one on the chopping block right now. He needs to do something and fast. Otherwise, this game could be over. He is already down 70 points in the first 6 minutes. So, right now, Kaiser is taking back mid. And the left-hand side, while being pressed, the Weasel's still annoying the Grenadier, picking up a model here or there. 2 models in the spin in the last 5 seconds. So he's able to keep annoying Theo and weakening his combat power to where any infantry unit pushed back, just a rifleman or something, you will have a rough time. Riflemen, by the way, speaking of which, are the riflemen are flanking the MG. The Stern Pioneer will have a rough time fighting him off. Captain, by the way, nice job behind cover. We use the LMG to focus on the MG that is not in cover, even though he's on rubble. He's going to retreat, and the Greyhound will go for the kill. And is this... Yeah, it's a wipe. We do have a successful wipe, and Pack Gun is on the field. But remember, none of them are doing exceptionally well. None of them have a snare immediately. MG did nothing. Yeah, pretty much. That's not incorrect, Theo. At least you recognize that. But yeah, when you don't have it in cover, the MG will die pretty quick. I'm actually a little shocked we've not seen a Stern Pioneer perish, because, again, with the amount of ways that Kaiser has been pressing against Theo, I wouldn't suspect that. But luckily, he is building a concrete bunker. Everyone can chip in, and he can try to heal his men. Riflemen are not too worried. I mean, they haven't upgraded to bars, so I guess they see their combat power is not being tested. Oh, no. Speaking of which, there's the bars. And the majority of the map is, again, under Kaiser's control. Maybe the middle victory point will switch over to Theo, but victory point-wise, it is still going against Kaiser. I guess he relied on Gren to hit Vet 1 on time, but he failed. Yeah. Honestly, maybe the Vet 1 ability will help them stay and fight better. But again, do you really want to use the limited fuel you have to upgrade your stuff?
We have smoke screens ready to deploy.
Let's see. Great, scout units taking over that. Riflemen and engineers moving on over. Engaging the Stern Pioneer. We have a decent force by Theo altogether. The pack missed, unfortunately, though. Second shot. Misses again. Okay. Can we get a third? Oh, I forgot. Also, the Stern Pioneers do get an ability to just start lobbing grenades if you activate immunity ability. But of last, again, Theo doesn't exactly have a ton of immunity. Although, we have a light artillery barrage. Oh, this is gonna be so painful. All this. Yep. And Kaiser is broken through. The pack is gone. Riflemen are pushing up. Are we throwing we are throwing a satchel, and Theo surrenders. That was indeed a game. a game that showed that Theo trying a last stand approach did not fare very well and fell apart. So, nice attempt there, Theo. Kaiser, congratulations on moving on in the tournament, and we shall see how things progress. But for right now, we got another set of games for you to go. So let's get to that. Oh, Reekley, hello! Thank you very much for the raid, right as this game finishes on up. To those tuning on in, hello and welcome. We are doing a Company of Heroes tournament. This is Championship of Heroes. I'm being a guest caster today. I'm Grayshell17, and I do appreciate the raid. Really kind of you.